What is going on, everyone? This is Luke from South Beach Sports, and welcome back to another video. We're doing a little different with this video. We're doing a post-game video instead of a post-game live stream because the viewership on the live streams aren't really where I would like them to be. So I'm just trying out different formats, trying to push out and the content that the most of you guys will see. So we're doing a video format instead of live stream format. Anyways, Celtics versus Heat. Celtics 95, Heat 78. Probably the worst performance of the season. I'm joined here by the co-founder of South Beach Sports and my friend, Nick. There he is.
Kanye just confirmed a Donda Deluxe,
You said what?
but Kanye just confirmed he's dropping Donda Deluxe. But
Wait, actually?
yes, but continue.
Oh wow. Well, off topic, but look at that. Anyways, yeah, Celtics 95, Heat 78. Like I said, worst performance of the season. Let's get into some of the box score statistics before we get into some of the storylines and things that I really want to talk about because we do have some stuff that I really want to discuss today. Heat's leading scorer was Jimmy Butler with 20. He 8 for 18 from the field. He shot 4 threes, which I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Jimmy Butler shooting threes, especially when they're not in rhythm. The second leading scorer was Duncan Robinson with 16, and he hit 5 threes, but in all honesty, that might have been the ugliest 5-3 performance I've seen from a player. He shot 5 for 17 from three. He missed a lot of big time threes in that second half, especially when the Heat were climbing back in that third quarter. It was a 10-point lead at one point, and Duncan Robinson missed 2 relatively open threes that would have cut it to 7. And just not a great performance from him. Bam Adebayo only shot only had 8 shot attempts for 13 points. Tyler Hero struggled a lot. He only finished the game with 6 points, which is a season low for him, and he had a game worst negative 32 plus minus. So that's not good. Or good
Not
stuff.
ideal.
Not ideal. Not good stuff at all. Markieff Morris had 9 points. Peaches Tucker had 3 points. No real standout performances. Let's move on to the Celtics now. Jaylen Brown was the leading scorer today with 17. Really wasn't a phenomenal offensive performance by both teams. Drew Brown had 17 points on 5 for 14 shooting. Jason Tatum only contributed 10 points. He didn't score his first point till, was it the third or fourth quarter, Nick?
Fourth quarter, I want to say.
Yeah, fourth quarter. He finished the game with 10 points, a very ugly 3 for 13 from the field. Hopefully this isn't breaking up too much for you guys. If it is breaking up a lot, then you probably won't see this video. But Dennis Schroeder, he finished the game with 14 points. He had 5 rebounds, 6 assists as well. I think he was the MVP of the night for the Celtics. The Celtics really made the run with Dennis Schroeder in that second quarter. He brought so much rim pressure to that Heat defense. Was able to collapse and just allows Celtics shooters to get open in corners and whatnot. He also had a little dump offs to Robert Williams and such. And he really brought a much needed burst that Celtics offense, especially in that second quarter, like I was saying. His defense was great. He's a really tough matchup to Tyler Hero. I don't think Dennis Schroeder's defense gets talked about enough within NBA discourse. I think Schroeder is a very, very decent defender, and he showed that tonight. And just to finish off with some team stats, the Celtics actually won the rebounding battle. I think this is the first time this season that's happened to the Heat where they've lost the rebounding battle. Celtics had 46 rebounds. The Heat had 45 rebounds. Both teams shot very poorly from the field. The Celtics shot 40% from the field, while the Heat shot 35% from the field. And from three, the Celtics did shoot a pretty respectable 39% from three with 16 makes. And the Heat shot a very poor 22% from three with only 9 makes. So, Nick, what is your major storyline from today's game that you want to talk about?
So the first thing that I just thought of was that we still held them under 100 points.
We did?
So maybe we might be getting back our best defense in the league title that the Warriors took from us like last night.
Saw that.
So, I mean, wins even in our losses. But I would look at it's just the type of night where you're just not going to win, and it's what's going to happen during a long season. In our wins this year, we're shooting 48.5% from the field. Tonight we shot 34% from the field. You're just not going to win like that. You're not going to win when everybody who played except Vincent and your 7 are in the minuses, and the highest of those minuses is Robinson, who was somehow a -1. I don't know how that happened.
I have no idea how that happened.
He was the highest rated Heat player today, not named Omar Yurtseven or Gabe Vincent, who came in for garbage time. So I guess that kind of makes you doubt the plus minus a little bit. Honestly, I just don't think it's Miami's. It just wasn't Miami's night tonight. 6-2, lost to Celtics. It's gonna happen. I'm obviously concerned about the Lowry injury. Second time he scares us a little this year. It didn't look horrible to me in the video. It just kind of looked like a little ankle. I got worried when I saw Duncan fall on him that he might like push his knee over and it could get really ugly. But it looks like it was just the ankle. Like Duncan's a -1 and he injured one of our best players. And shot 5 from 17. Like I don't know. I'm really doubting this stat, but I think you saw how much this team relies on like just Bam to be aggressive and a force to be reckoned with, because he just wasn't that tonight. And yeah, I just think it's not a huge deal. I think Miami just didn't shoot well, but honestly, they defended well. Like even though I made the joke about them holding only 95 points, like they still were pretty solid. Like they were competing and defending to win, but they just weren't playing offense to win. In the third quarter, they were outplaying them. They cut it to 8 points. They had 2 looks from their guy that they pay $90 million to shoot threes to cut it to even less, but they just didn't fall on. So I just think it's that kind of night. And on to the next one.
On to the next one, the Heat play at home against a very good Jazz team on Saturday nights. So that would be a very good matchup to watch. You mentioned earlier how the Heat's defensive ranking fell to 2 because of the Warriors, and because they held them under 100 points, that may climb them back on top. That number 2 net offense ranking though is about to plummet. 78.
Yeah.
78 points does not help the cause whatsoever. You mentioned Bam's aggressiveness, and I have mixed reactions from the game when it comes to his aggressiveness. He didn't take as many shots as I would have liked to in that first half, as I would have liked him to take in that first half. But I did really like how he came out in that second half. He had 8 quick points, I think, in the first 4 to 5 minutes. So I really like that. I really like the response from Adebayo coming out of halftime. And he was one of the main reasons why they went on that early second half run that cut the game to 10 points, I think. I don't think they cut single digits. I think 10 points was the shortest that they cut the lead to. And you mentioned how obviously the injury to Kyle Lowry, we don't know what the severity is of that injury. I think they reported on Bally Sports that it was an ankle sprain. So that has a varying timetable depending on where the sprain was, how severe the sprain was, what grade it was. That LeBron ankle sprain took him out for a good portion of that second half of last season. Or you could be looking at an ankle sprain that Trae Young suffered last season, where I think he was only out for 2 games. So there's
here's what Spoelstra said. Spoelstra said after the game on Kyle Lowry's ankle from 5 Reasons Sports. We'll find out tomorrow. I know him well enough. It's very similar to Jimmy. You ask him and he's doing how he's doing, and he's fine. So, I mean, Kyle's probably, like you said, like Jimmy, pretty tough. Not going to complain about a ton, but probably not super serious. Probably missing for a few games, but I'd probably expect him back probably by the Lakers game, I'd say, which is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But just from Spoelstra's tone and from Lowry's response, nobody seems necessarily too concerned.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so let's say Lowry is out for, let's say 3 games, just throwing out a random number out there. How do you, what would your rotations look like? Because what the Heat did in that Pacers game where Kyle Lowry missed is that they plugged in Gabe Vincent into that starting lineup, and the results were not great. I mentioned in one of my preseason videos for the Heat that I was expecting a lot. I don't know about a lot from Gabe Vincent, but I was expecting more of a leap from him. I was expecting him to turn into a solid backup point guard for the Heat, and not someone who only plays spot minutes. And I think he might have the opportunity to showcase that. I doubt that the Heat plug in Tyler Hero into that starting lineup, just because they love him so much on that bench role. So we might be seeing more extended Gabe Vincent minutes. I saw this stat tonight that said Gabe Vincent as a starter last season was 2-5. Uh, if you add in that start he had against the Pacers, he's 2-6 as a starter in his last 8 games, which obviously is not good. So I think we'll see a good look at Gabe Vincent over the next couple of games, depending on how severe that Kyle Lowry injury is, and really get to evaluate the growth that he's made over the offseason.
Yeah, I think, and you're also definitely going to see a lot more Caleb Martin, which I'm not completely opposed to. I might even be for. I mean, right now they're playing like he's like actually in the rotation a little bit while Vincent isn't. So you definitely see a lot more of him, and I wouldn't mind it. I don't think you really need Vincent out there to like play point guard or like anything like that. If anything, you play Vincent like off the ball and like hope you can like compete defensively and like hit a 3 or 2. But what does hurt is that if Lowry's missed time coincides with Max Strus's missed time, then your bench starts to get a bit thin. And yeah, just some adjustments, I think. Probably, yeah, you just have to use guys differently. But Miami still like feels like deep enough.
Yeah.
Maybe Morris can give us a little more. I don't know, but I think probably just more Caleb Martin than anything.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see an increase of Caleb Martin minutes. One thing that I did want to discuss a little bit, and it's probably like one of the last topics of today because I don't want the video to run super long. Well, two things. First, obviously, no bucket hat today. That only comes out for Heat dubs. So, fortunately, no bucket hat. I know, super sad. But Agno, the topic that I want to make, or the point that I want to make, is that the Celtics showed the blueprint for how you beat the Heat today. And this blueprint isn't like some hot take, or it's not like, oh, the Celtics exposed the Heat. It has nothing to do with that. The Heat's biggest weakness heading into this season was probably their half court offense. Looking at that realistically, I mean, there are spacing issues when you combine Bam and Jimmy. That's been known around NBA circles. It's not a secret. So there have been questions about how effective that half court offense will be. And the Heat have obviously had a lot of their points this season come in transition. That transition offense with Kyle Lowry has been firing on all cylinders, and they look great. And we really haven't seen that Heat half court offense take a major blow yet this season. You could say it looked a little questionable against the Pacers, but I think today was really the first game where we've seen the Heat's somewhat lackluster half court offense really look a little questionable.
Yeah, I would agree with that definitely. Shots aren't falling, and you start to just see the flaws that aren't there when you got 4 guys over 20. One more thing I wanted to mention: your guy Marcus Garrett might get some NBA time if Lowry misses a decent amount of time. Yeah,
Or
but I or
Brandon Knight, South Florida hoops legend Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight. Honestly,
It's plugging
it'd
in
be a
good.
cool story.
It would be a cool
I would
story.
not. I would enjoy that. Brandon Knight.
He's plugging in solid minutes right now for the Sky Force. Maybe a quick little call
Yeah.
up. What?
Yeah, but neither of them would actually play. They'd just probably just be on the roster.
I mean,
I'd
yeah,
say, but yeah,
you take what you can get, really.
you can get your Brandon Knight Miami Heat jersey, limited time.
Oh,
You get in the Miami mashup, which is cursed.
yeah. What are your thoughts on the Miami matchup jersey? We haven't talked about that. What are your thoughts on the
I
jersey?
like it. I like it.
You like it?
I think it's cool. I actually don't love like the inconsistency with the numbers, how like each player and each fan can pick their
Really?
numbers. But just like the way that they made the Miami across the chest with the different letters and different logos, I think it looks cool on the black. I like it. I know it's got a lot of haters, but
Yeah.
I think it's pretty nice.
It's cool. I'm not
Well,
I'm not as
yeah,
I'm not as on board with it as I was with some of the prior Vice jerseys and such. I really like the court and the logo, like the center court logo. Perfect. Love it. The jersey I have mixed reactions on. It's a little all over the place, to be honest. Like, it's cool. I
No,
tend
yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's cool, but then like you can't put it in like the upper echelon of city jerseys. It's just
yeah,
not there like the Vice jerseys were.
yeah. I mean, I tend to really like all black uniforms. So just given that alone, I you know w- tend to at least tolerate the Heat City jersey, but it's just a little all over the place for me. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. Anyways, any last points you want to make today? Well, technical difficulty.
What?
I said any last points that you want to make today.
Oh, no, that Zoom needs to be better is my last point.
Dude, I really hope when I'm listening back to this recording that I don't have to tarnish the whole thing. Anyways, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Not sure what I'm gonna title this video yet, but just give your comments on the game on the game from tonight. Tough Heat loss. Heat's half court offense, like I was saying, looked really questionable. And that's gonna happen sometimes, especially when the Heat just aren't hitting shots, which they weren't hitting at all today. They shot 22% from three. So just give your thoughts and comments on the game below. And yeah, we'll catch you later. Peace.
See you guys in the next one.